Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis, coming to you from the Ventura Cigar Company studio, and with me today is Seth Geis and John McTavish. How you guys doing?
Peachy.
Hey, hey.
Peach is not the right
Peachy.
color to use.
Royal purple.
That's right. That's better. All
Eggplant.
right.
Eggplant.
There
Dude,
you
it does
go.
have a nice eggplant color to it. There you go.
So today we are talking about the Cornelius Anthony Mistress Robusto. Cigar is 5-inch by 50 ring gauge. Comes out of the La Zona factory in Nicaragua. Wrappers Ecuadorian Habano, binder and filler are both from the United States. It was blended by Hector Alfonso. Price point is $8.50. Cigar was released in July of 2018. So with all that out of the way, Seth, what was your smoking experience like?
Man, gosh. First third opens up like a beast. Tons of pepper notes, white, black pepper. Getting some metallic qualities to it. And there's also the smokiness. Then it's got some dry wood and earth. And then the finish has a little bit more Asian spice on it, man. It's just rocking and rolling. When I get into the second third, the flavor profile is pretty consistent with that of the first third, and it's just still rocking and strong. Asian spice notes, some dry earth, sharp wood. I'm still getting that metallic and smokiness as well. Then when I get into the final third, to be honest with you, I don't think I even really remember the final third on the cigars times. Just metallic, pepper, dry earth. It's the Asian spice kind of faded away. It's just strong, man. It's a beast. I mean, the flavor profile doesn't like fluctuate that much, but it does have a flavor profile that has some depth to it throughout. The draw is nice throughout. There's a little snugness to it. Construction's a little wavy from here and there, but full body, full strength offering. John, how about you, man?
No question. This was on the strong side, which I like the strong side. I mean, no question. First few puffs, like you're like trademark Espinosa, because it was just like, I don't know why I'm being maced in the face with bold pepper, which I enjoy. But if you're not a fan of pepper, you're not gonna have a good time. And then that pepper really carried into the post draw, and I would say it was like chili peppers, like you've eaten chili peppers and your mouth is on fire, and it's got a long finish. Now, fortunately, once it kind of established itself, there was some sort of sweet cocoa that kind of balanced that through the retrohale. And then what I would describe as like a raisiny fig kind of sweetness on each straw. But I mean, like intensity and strength right off the hop was like a 10. Like both the flavor and the strength were both a 10. Then about 10 minutes in, the pepper kind of subsided, which is good. And I would say it went down to like medium plus. So it went from full to medium plus. And then creamy cocoa kind of matched it strength for strength. And then a little bit of toasted caramel, which was tasty. A little bit of toasted nuttiness, and then in the bottom half, the caramel actually intensified, and it was kind of caramel and powdered cocoa through the retrohale, which was really interesting. Like it would fight that much against the pepper and kind of take over. So very good first third for me, and then in the second third, and the complexity kind of dropped off a little bit. It was kind of creamy cedar carrying it into the second third. And that kind of matched the intensity of the caramel, so it was really caramel and creamy cedar in the middle third, and then about halfway through the middle third, again definitive cinnamon note, which was really good. So very desserty in that middle third, and then in the last third, I would say the sweet cedar kind of took over. It's kind of a combination of sweet cedar and toasted cedar, and then the caramel kind of came running back, really intense on the palate, which was nice, and then it was kind of waving, jumping between sweet cedar and drying cedar with a little bit of caramel accents in the last third. So that was kind of an interesting experience. In terms of burn and construction, I had some problems. I had some touch-ups in the first third, about halfway. I had a touch-up in the middle third, and then I had a relight at the halfway point. So that's never good. Ash did hold on well and like up to 1 inch increments. So I rated the burn and construction good overall. In terms of draw, it was kind of perfect, right in that ideal zone, leaning towards the open spectrum slightly. Aaron, what was your experience like?
Yeah, for me, it started with an intense cinnamon along with some wood, bread, cream notes. About a half-inch in, that cinnamon wasn't quite as intense, but it still provided a nice little burn while the wood kind of darkened up a little bit and pushed the bread out. The faint creaminess remaining in the background. An inch in, cream increases a little bit, smooths out the cinnamon to go along with the wood. Retrohill brings kind of a creamy wood note to it. As the third's coming to a close, the cinnamon, wood, and cream really all at equal levels. Strength's right up there at medium full in that first third. Second third, floral note joins the mix of cinnamon, wood, and cream. A little further in, the cinnamon is really faint. Wood, cream, and floral notes are up front. About an inch in, that cinnamon is completely gone. Creamy wood up front with the floral note slightly behind it. Retrohale carries all the same notes, just at equal levels. Strength in this third drops down to just be slightly above medium. And then getting in the final third, wood takes on some char while the cream and the floral note are slightly behind it. Quarter inch in, floral note increases to become even with that charred wood. Cream is just slightly behind there. A little further in, that charred wood, cream, floral notes kind of all back to equal levels. Retrohale is that floral note up front. Creamy wood kind of slightly behind it. About an inch in, the cigar begins to warm up, brings a little kind of mintiness to the profile. Strength in this third has built up to a sneaky full strength, man. Getting into the burn, it was a little bit wavy throughout. Needed a touch up at one point to keep things going evenly. Cigar went out in the first and second third, requiring relights. I'm pretty sure it has to do with the heavy tobaccos that are being used in this blend. I just think that it's just an aspect of the tobaccos that caused that, because I think you had some similar issues, Seth. In regards to the draw, it was perfect. It had just the right amount of resistance that I prefer, so no complaints in regards to that. So overall, Seth, what were your thoughts on this cigar?
I liked it, man. I mean, it's a beast, but it's a fun stick, man. I mean, if you're looking for, God, a beast of a cigar that's got a flavor profile, there's not like transitioning from each third, but I mean, it's a solid flavor profile with, that strength and body, which, I mean, as John says, it's, 10 out of 10, possibly even more than that. It's going to be a cigar for you. It's a good experience. I think Todd with Cornelius and Anthony describes the cigar the best.
What did he say?
Oh man, God, is it appropriate to talk about that right now? Who knows? I mean, he was.
All right, John, say Seth, go for it.
Copy that. So this is obviously a very complex cigar, and it had a lot of flavor a lot of flavor complexity. I think the only thing that might be unfortunate is that because this is such a full-bodied cigar, that's a very defined small segment of the market. You have to be a full-bodied smoker, because I think even a medium-bodied smoker, if he gets into this, I mean, he's going to keel over before he gets all the way through the first third. Like, it's just going to be too strong. I love that. So, your full-bodied smokers out there, so often blenders go full strength, and then there's just no flavor complexity to match, and that's kind of a drag, because anybody can do that. Just pump it full of Ligero. This was my jam. This is exactly my jam, and I think full-bodied smokers will dig it. I like the Mistress. You? Would you like the Mistress,
man,
sir?
the flavor profile start with cinnamon, wood, cream. Cinnamon transitions out, replaced by that floral note in the second third. Strength level is quite high. For those that have are averse to strength, you might call this cigar the Dominatrix instead of the Mistress. After finishing the cigar, I had to take a few minutes to compose myself. I thought this was going to be the first cigar that was going to make me have to yak in the backyard, but I was able to somehow dodge that. Had some chocolate covered blueberries to subside the nicotine poisoning I was taking on. But I think if you had a really big meal and you were okay with some strength, this is a pretty good cigar, man. I mean, the flavor is good, the strength is way up there, but I mean, like you were talking about, I mean, sometimes it's just strength for the sake of strength. This has a ton of flavor to go with all that strength. So I would have no problem going back to this when I'm prepared for it. Like, I mean, fully prepared. Like, this is something like you have to like take a bath, have a nice meal,
like a Coke sitting next to you, a bowl of ice
cream.
This
isn't like this isn't some
steak dinner
hooker you pick up on 43rd Avenue. I mean, this is high class call girl, girlfriend experience type of thing. I think
you'll remember this for the rest of your life.
Exactly. So
sometimes your mistress can be a dominatrix.
That's true.
And that's what this one will stick. I'm gonna be honest. This Todd's like, yeah, she stuck her pinky up your asshole with it. That's what this cigar does, man.
All right, so getting into scores, Seth and John, you scored at the same at 7.32. I gave it a 6.52. So Seth, you think that matched up well with your experience?
Oh yeah, man, definitely.
How about you, John?
Absolutely, and it's nice to get a cigar this complex and this full at that price point, because this is the kind of thing especially with U.S. tobaccos. I was kind of shocked to see the price point below $10.
Yeah, I would agree. And here's the kicker on this cigar. The scores are all lower than they could be because of the burn issues with the heavy tobaccos. So that's kind of a drawback to this cigar.
Yeah.
I mean, if somehow these heavy tobaccos could burn better, these scores would be even higher. So it's just but I think it's okay. I mean, your mistress is gonna have a few ticks here and there. That's why it's not your wife and things like that. So you gotta just deal with it. Deal with that.
Just don't let her hear that.
Oh, come on.
I think Corny did a good job with this. Hector could have done a better job to make it smoke better.
Yeah.
You can hold me to that.
Yeah. So we'll see. Well, we'll find out in a couple days, but yeah. So any other final thoughts on this cigar?
Cigar of the Year candidate, man. Like, this is going to be on the top list because if you
is this a candidate for Cigar of the Year for you?
I think it should make the list.
It's too low.
Is it too low?
It'll be on your top 25 list, but it's not going to be in the top 5.
Oh yeah.
Not in the top 5 because it's crazy.
It's a top 10 list. I'll agree with you on that one.
Yeah, it could be top 10.
But like you said, I think the only downside is that because it is so full bodied. I mean, that's just such a narrow segment.
Yeah.
I wish more people could experience that. Yak into a pail and just keep smoking on and enjoy. But yeah,
Here's the deal.
No joke.
I like it when a company makes cigars for a selected target like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, they don't screw around. Not apology.
They're just like, we're going to make it this what it is.
Yeah.
So this review is going to come out on Friday, which is the second day of Lozona Palooza. And on Thursday, we're going to do the primetime show with Coop. And my goal is to try to talk Courtney into allowing us to do a contest with this cigar where we get 5 guys or girls, whoever wants to enter, and see who can take down this Robusto the fastest. So
we should do it. We should do it Thursday.
That's the thing. We're going to do it Thursday.
No,
Are you going to do the review Thursday?
Are we going to do it like prime time?
Well, I want to do the contest prime time.
Hell yeah, I'll do it. I'll smoke a Toro down that fast.
I've heard the Toro is not as strong. Have you smoked the Toro?
Yeah, I've smoked Toros and Robustos.
And is the Toro easier or is it the same?
I don't know.
I
feel like that's just making the punishment last longer. So
no, I don't think that it's. I think people may think it's softer because they've blacked out before they can finish the
course. It's a 6-foot mistress instead of a 5'9" mistress.
And Seth, I almost had to apologize to you because of how much fun we made of you after you smoked that IPCPR, and you were saying, I can't imagine smoking this thing and then continue walking around all day without
I don't think I did walk around. I don't remember what I did.
And we left without you for about an hour and a half.
Dude, you had the sweats. It was like you just had the spiciest Indian food of your life, and you were just you're kind of rocking back and forth, and your forehead was sweating. And I was like, is he having a heart attack right now?
You have to. This is what I found too. The drier these cigars, because I've smoked a bunch of them, the drier they are, they smoke better when they're a little bit drier.
Oh, okay.
Because the tobacco, the tobacco's not as wet; it's drier. But because it smokes better, it smokes a little bit faster, and that's what got me.
That's a bad combination.
Don't smoke these in the desert air in Las Vegas; you will die.
There you go.
Take the Mistress Challenge.
Yeah.
All right, if you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us. We'll also check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com. Follow us on all the social media channels and catch all of our review recaps on podcasts. So iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.